I cannot help but say a few words about the unprecedented escalation of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. My colleagues also spoke about this just now, during which thousands of civilians on both sides have been killed and wounded. What happened, the large-scale tragedy that is the Israelis and Palestinians are now experiencing, was a direct result of the failed US policy in the Middle East. The Americans, with the support of their European satellites, tried to monopolize the settlement in the Middle East, but did not concern themselves with finding compromises acceptable to both sides. They certainly never took into account the fundamental interests of the Palestinian people.
Однобокая линия американцев на протяжении многих лет заводила ситуацию все дальше в тупик. Ближневосточный квартет международных посредников.
The one-sided line of the Americans for many years led the situation further and further into a dead end. The Middle East quartet of international mediators was not used. Under far-fetched pretext, the United States basically blocked this format, which was unique, and by the way had a mandate protected by the relevant UN resolution. An attempt was made, through certain economic incentive measures, to solve a political problem, a deep-seated problem, namely the creation of an independent Palestinian state, and all this gradually, along with Israel's settlement activity, led to today's tragedy.
Поселенческой деятельностью все привело к сегодняшней трагедии. Слышим о планах подготовки наземной операции в Газе. Но мы с вами так понимаем, как это.
We are hearing about plans for a ground operation in Gaza, but you and I understand, speaking quasi-professionally, that the use of heavy equipment in residential areas is a complex matter, fraught with serious consequences for all parties. And without heavy equipment in those residential areas, it's even more difficult to carry out these operations. And most importantly, casualties among civilians will be absolutely unacceptable. Almost 2 million people live there.
Потери среди гражданских лиц будут абсолютно неприемлемы. Там же почти 2 миллиона человек живет. Сейчас главное все-таки остановить кровопролитие.
The main goal now is to stop the bloodshed. Collective efforts are hugely needed in the interest of an early ceasefire and stabilization of the situation on the ground. I would like to emphasize that Russia is ready to coordinate with all constructively minded partners. We proceed from the belief that there is no alternative to resolving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict through negotiations. Their goal should be the implementation of the UN two-state formula, which envisages the creation of an independent Palestinian state with its capital in East Jerusalem, coexisting in peace and security with Israel, which, of course, we also see this, was subjected to an attack unprecedented in its cruelty, and of course has the right to defend itself to ensure its peaceful existence. We need to concern ourselves with resolving this issue through peaceful means. In this situation, in this place, it seems to me that there is simply no alternative.
В данной ситуации, в данном месте, мне кажется, альтернативы просто не существует.